Here's a quick story. So the four of us who put the Carly and Alana, Johnny and I, we went into Whole Foods without a mask, all of us. And we run up to a guy, he has Lions Not Sheep shirt, like that guy over there. Hey, Lions Not Sheep. Lions guy, show me your shirt. We saw a guy with that exact shirt on in Whole Foods. And we just go up and knuckle him, and we're just having fun, going, woohoo, we're doing this. And we see another guy walking down the hall, he's all upset. He's with his girlfriend, and he's got it down below his nose, and he's like, you can just tell he's pissed because he has to wear the mask. And we're like, hey man, don't have to, right? We turn around, right, hang out with us. And so we turn around the corner, and Alon taps me 5 minutes later, goes, he's got the mask off. He's got the mask off. So, take the mask off. So these are things we can do. These are types of things. This is an event. I mean, come on, we're getting together, we're making friends, we're growing. This is grassroots at its finest. That's what we're doing here. Okay, support organizations. Who's with Children's Health Defense again? There you are. She's going to come up and talk after this. And after I'm done, we're going to talk about more solutions. I'm going to point you guys, whatever I missed, I want to hear it. You guys make notes, make mental notes of it. Children's Health Defense is an incredible organization. That's Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s organization. You can support this. Maybe you don't have the willingness or the platforms to speak out, but if you do have the finances, that money goes a long way. I Can, which is Del Bigtree. Who knows who Del Bigtree is? Del Bigtree, if you do not follow the Highwire, you have to. He and Robert Kennedy, in my opinion, are the two primary people leading this charge right now. Get involved, give them support. They've been suing Big Pharma and winning for years. They're not just suing and they're winning. They're making a huge impact. Okay, who here kind of secretly has a desire to want to live in Costa Rica and eat fruit trees and just be no cell phone and free? Who said that? Johnny said that. Yes. Let's create these communities. We try to fix what we can. Johnny and I have been talking about this. Do we run away and hide, or do we stay and fight? What do? We stay and fight, but we hedge our bets. And so we're going to start looking around for property. Because, honestly, I think we have to get off the grid. I think we have to get away from the systems. So, number 6, one thing we do is get off the grid. Homeschool. Anybody here homeschool? Oh, okay. I want to see you. You guys want to come up and share some words how to do that. We will record it.
We just started.
Just started. That's it. How did you start? That's the name of your talk. It's coming next. Cryptocurrency. Okay. I know about 10%, 20% of you are thinking it's made by the IRS. It's made by NASA. It's an agenda behind it. Maybe Bitcoin is, but I tell you what, the concept of cryptocurrency is coming into our world whether we like it or not. The sense of a digital bank currency is very, very scary, but the concept of moving into cryptocurrencies that are not bank-driven have potential. Okay, gardening. We had some people talking. Raise your hand if you garden, or if you're okay. Farmers? Any actual farmers here with a farm? That would be cool. So there we are. Carly has absolute expertise, and we'll coordinate a walk around here if you guys want to do it. She can walk us through the forest and pick mushrooms and stuff. Let's get these skills. Let's get off the grid as much as we can. Okay. Does anybody have a local business here that would like everyone to know about it and like the support? Does anybody know of a local business around here? Oh, what's your business? Oh, your acupuncture. Okay, she's going to come up and talk. Support local businesses. That is number 7 of 12. Educate yourself. Statistics, laws. It's really frustrating. You ever get frustrated when you're talking to a family member and they say, what's the statistics on that? Grr, I don't know. I don't remember it. Where's the source?
Tell 99.7.
You tell 99.7. Where'd you get that? And then you're thinking, was it the WHO or the CDC?
Yes.
Right. It is the CDC. It says it right on. But I think the more that we kind of arm ourselves, that's my my Matrix, when he's fighting in the Matrix, Neo. I just apparently started doing that. But let's make ourselves ninjas of data, of understanding stuff. So when people say, well, did you know that in Israel they have almost 90% vaccination rate and they're one of the top 20 highest spreaders in the world? That data goes somewhere. And citing references and having credibility with the sources that we share, that's another thing we could do to help transform the world. Okay, have that difficult conversation. Is anybody still waiting for that difficult conversation with their mother, brother, sister about how they feel and just like fighting, gritting their teeth? Nobody? Nobody? Okay, we got one. So, just the idea that sometimes if we just stay silent, we're not going to make progress. So, how many of you would like to be more public on social media, but you're concerned to do so, or you're maybe just like not really posting as much as you like? Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So that's coming up soon. Exemptions. Get exemption. That's another way we can fight back. A lot of people are successfully getting exemptions. I've heard a couple examples today. Number 11 is lawsuits. Who knows about Firefox in Geneva? Who knows the story there? We got one. So Firefox decided, we're not closing. And they contacted a lawyer, Earl Nelson Law, and the lawyers over there, Kevin and Gary, said, we'll see if we can keep you open. They fought for them, they submitted the papers, whatever they needed to do, and they legally kept them open. They were the only business at the time that was legally able to open during the shutdown. So the law can work. And we can come together, we get familiar, we reach out to those lawyers. That is a tool that we have. But what is it?
So this was just shared with me. Big win. U.S. Attorney Thomas DeVore of the Southern District of Illinois has won 2 lawsuits and begun 50 more of 2 Illinois schools regarding the mandates. His argument is that a mask constitutes quarantining under Illinois law, and as such can only be issued by court order through the local health department. Under Illinois law, all these constitute quarantine. He's working on masks now and will be bringing suits for the rest very, very soon. So masks defined as a device to limit disease transmission. That being the case, the authorities is to place such a device on a person is limited to the power given within the laws established for quarantine by the health department. And then so it'll go with testing and all the rest of stuff. So that's good news!
Okay, number 12, my last point that I want to share. Who wants to take a guess at what that point, how to transform the world, how to get more outreach, what would that be? What?
Don't buy Amazon.
Social media. I really want to touch on social media because that's been where I've been making most of my impact. That's where I'm spending most of my time. And I truly think that no matter where you are, if you're just starting, you can make a massive impact. And I'm going to give some very practical, hands-on stuff you can even do today. Leave and start making an impact on social media. Okay, who here is kind of doesn't want to post up because they don't want their friends and family to see it, and they're therefore a little bit reserved? Really, just a few people. Who is actually posting this content like aggressively online? Wow. Okay, know your audience before you start here. I'm going to transfer this, but I want to talk to you guys because you can create a second account or a Batman account. I call it a Batman account. I feel like I'm playing Bruce Wayne during the day, and I'll post a smoothie bowl, and then I go on my Health Freedom for Humanity site and or Health Freedom Coalition site, and I post about Bill Gates. So it's really easy to open up a second account, and it's also just, even if you are posting stuff, create a second account too, so you're not worried about the more sensitive content and getting banned. You just go, you click Add New Account, and within 5 minutes you have an account. And you say, yeah, but what good is that going to do if I'm only, got 10, 20 people, I got to start all over? I'll give you an example. I follow hashtags. Anyone else follow hashtags like on Instagram? Right, like I follow like hashtag Agenda 21, Agenda 201, hashtag The Great Reset, stuff like that. And I saw this post come by, and I said, this account looks pretty cool. I checked it out. He only had a couple thousand followers, so decent sized account. And, you know, he had a couple hundred likes on the first 2 posts. And then I saw a video. And this guy had 1 million views on one video. 1 million views on a viral video. And if you have 1 million views, that guy just opened up an account, it's a truth-based account, just for one post. Now we talk about, I wish there was more we could do. This is a prime example of the possibility. It gets out to the Explorer page, it gets out to the hashtags. That's a massive way to reach stuff. You guys, it's like, start off small, ask questions, instead of like saying, hey, Bill Gates is a devil baby or whatever you want, whatever. Like if it's too extreme of a perspective, just ask questions like, what do you guys think of the pandemic? Real or fake? Just go easy and just start to test your audience out and see where they're at. You can put, who has a link in their bio or a link tree where you can link somebody to like the pandemic documentary or some sort of talk or anything like that. Because that's another thing, people don't know resources. We tell them to go someplace, but if you can actually put a resource in your bio, you can reach a lot more people that way. Anybody design their own memes and content? That's another thing you can do. You can go to Canva, C-A-N-V-A. In Canva, that's where I post my quotes. I actually clean them up and then before I post them out. So you can go to Canva, you can design your own accounts. Anybody have their account on private? Really? They're all public accounts? Who has an Instagram account, first of all? Okay, and they're all public? Damn, you guys are really freedom fighters. Way to go. This is great, because when your account's on private, you're just not reaching the people. And I have a good friend, I tease him all the time, because he has great content, but he's not going public. Okay, go live. That's another way. Anybody here because they saw the posting in a Telegram group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A good percent. Telegram groups are amazing. If you're not in Telegram, get in there. It's a huge thing. And last thing is supporting alternative platforms. Who's on Rumble? BitChute. What am I missing? Patreon. Yeah. There's a lot more out there, but we've got to get away from the beast. If we're continuing to support the people that are pushing the agenda, or that are owned by the people pushing the agenda, we're not going to, there's going to be a day where we get silent. So, it started with just put your mask on, and then it moved to the shots, and now we're at the vaccine passport phase. And once we get to the vaccine passport phase, we move on to the social credit score. And Canada's already doing it. And social credit. And then, next it moves to the digital currency. And when we get to digital currency, once they control our bank accounts, they control our behavior. I love that. I got chills because Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said that. He said, once they control our bank accounts, they control our behavior. You go out and protest for something. Oh, you were at the protest. We know because of the signal with your phone. So guess what? A deducted social credit score. They can even freeze your account if you're doing something that's anti-vax, illegal, or deemed to be inappropriate. That's the risk. For me, that's why I get up every day and do this, because it's not just about what's going into our body. It gets to that point where it's going to be absolute slavery. It's going to be absolute human slavery if they get a hold of digital currency. And that is not a theory as much as their plan. Who's heard of the Great Reset? Yeah, Klaus Schwab. I love that guy. He's my favorite Bond villain. So we know these things. We're awake to this, but a lot of people don't know that. And if you're watching CNN now, they are not going to realize what's going on. So, this isn't a choice between freedom or health. I see this as this is about freedom for health. Because if we give our autonomy over to the government, that's the end of it. So, we need to create a tipping point. We don't need 100%. Past wars were won with 3% of the people fighting it. We don't need 100%. We don't have to wake everyone up. it just takes enough people to stand up and cause hell. And if we do that, we can turn the ship around. So for me personally, I was suffering until I decided to speak up. And when I did, I felt so liberated. Anyone else relate to that? Yes. Yeah. So I love it. I think Gandhi said the quote, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. He said, I found happiness when my thoughts, my word, and my actions were aligned. That's so true. You know, we're living our truth. And we're making history right now. Does everybody realize that? We are like absolutely making history. And this is going to be, I was talking about the snapshots with Bez. Oh, wait, that's Bez, by the way, guys. He's our photographer. Thank you, Bez, for coming out and doing this. It's amazing. Okay, well, I just want to leave you with this. Every time that you speak up, you give someone else the courage to do so too. Okay? You don't know the impact one little tiny act of courage may have on the world. Now's the time, guys. Thank you. And that's it. So, yes,